good evening and welcome again to Latrobe's GPL 357, where we are a few degrees short of a full circle. I'm joined again this week by my sidekick over there, Theo Maralakis.
G'day.
And we're joined by probably the hottest man in golf at the moment, leading into round 4, the captain of the Tridents, the all-conquering Tridents, Tony Andriano. Welcome, Tony.
Good to be here.
It is good. Just in fine form. What we will do today, though, before we talk about Tony's form, is we'll simply go through the reviews of the last matches in the last round, which was 2 weeks ago, because we've had a good Easter. How was Easter, guys?
Oh, yeah, very good.
Easter Bunny came?
I ate too much food, that's the only problem, but otherwise...
I reckon the Easter Bunny came to actually ask you, Tony, how you're doing it. You're in such fine form.
Yeah, well, I can tell you the secret later on.
We'll look forward to it.
Beautiful.
So we'll do these reviews. We'll search for some lost degrees, as we always do. Theo's going to put Tony under some surgery. And we're also going to pay tribute to, we've got a couple of 100-game players coming up this round. So we'll just pay a little tribute to them before we'll run through our tips again for round 4. So we might kick off with the previews and the reviews of the last round, and I might kick it off with Brother W's played All Night Chemists, and this was a bit of a slaughter, to be honest. The Chemists responding to the captain's call last week, Vince Sofo in the hot seat, and he said the Chemists were going to start to perform. They took the handbrake off 185. It was a 24-point shellacking of poor old Brother W's, who at the moment sit at zip 3.
They can't get a win, can they?
They're struggling at this stage. Good side though, they've got good history. Tony, who have you got there, mate?
Well, I'm reviewing the Wood Ducks and the Ferrets, and I think the Ferrets had their first win for the year.
They did indeed.
I mean, this was a very good team in past years. So anyway, they beat the Wood Ducks 177 to 172. I believe the Wood Ducks were let down by lack of depth.
Lack of depth. Lack of depth in scoring.
I don't know.
That's one excuse.
They're supposed to play golf. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, all right, fair enough.
Bit of a slip.
Yeah, how are you going over there?
I've got these Sewer Rats versus the Dynasty. There has been a few rumours around the club lately that I've heard, a few whispers, that the Sewer Rats could be the real buy.
Yeah, I can understand where those whispers will be coming from and why they're coming.
So they had 9 to the Dynasty's 10 players, but they got an absolute pumping, 187 to the Dynasty to 162 of the Sewer Rats. They've got a lift. It's just facts.
Yes, they are really struggling, the Sewer Rats. They need hands on deck. Tridents, Tony, how are they travelling? You couldn't have dreamed of a better start.
No, look, we're very, very happy. We've got a couple of very ill golfers in our team. However, we've got terrific depth. For example, the last game, game 3, Harry Pearson pulled Malcolm through, you see. Harry wasn't playing
through the sewer.
Well, no, he pulled him through to get a good score.
Beautiful.
Chris Folke's been very consistent. We've had Tony Levington, who was a reluctant starter this year, but he's played very well every game so far. And of course, we've got the captain
doing pretty good at the moment.
We'll talk about that a little later
on. We'll go into the review of the next. I'll go on to F Troop versus Phoenix, and F Troop responding to their Friday launch. They went to the Roa Hotel on the Friday before this game, so they would have been a bit dust, a bit at work for them. 5 points up against the Phoenix, who suffered their second loss of the season. Tony, who you got?
Well, I've got this is for next week.
No, this is the review.
The last review of the Corruptibles and Wally World. The Corruptibles won convincingly at 4 points, 182 to 178.
Pretty good match, though.
A pretty good match. They both fielded 10 players. The Corruptibles have had 2 wins, surprisingly. I mean, given that they had a lack of spiritual leadership this year, I believe. He's really been struggling.
At this stage, struggling. The spiritual leader. We might talk about that later on too. How about you, Theo?
So I had the match of the round, which was the Tunners versus the Tridents. Tunners with 10 players over the Tridents 9 players. And the Tridents were just too strong. They had 192, which is an absolute ripping score any day of the week, to the Tunners 185. So
yeah, that is tremendous. Averaging 38 per the top 5 days.
Correct.
Wonderful. Well, once again, we just sorted out onto the course to search for a few of these lost degrees we've lost in our circle, and it's amazing what you find out. So we're just out here with the Buglers captain, who's leading his team 5 only. You've got it all to do, Riley. This will be one of the great victories. Can you pull it off?
I'm not sure, Tone, but we'll give it a go. We've got mighty Breck, and
Of course we are.
we'll try our heart out. That's
You got
what
half
we
the
do. We
team
know-
over gallivanting around in Thailand
Yeah.
on the Bug Tang. What have you got a message for them at all?
We have, but I can't say it on the Bugle News.
You-
But hopefully they're
best of
very
marriage,
happy.
Tom.
Yeah, and all the best to Tommy.
Yeah, I bet
And
he's having
April.
a great time. The honeymoon might start today though if you get up over the vultures. This will be one of the greats.
They'll be looking very good. They'll be looking carefully at it tonight, I'm sure.
Come on, Greg. All right.
Anyone who tips against that Tunners,
Let's not hold a grudge. How are you playing? How are you travelling? It's maybe a little bit of the ferret's magic working here. We've got here on board Greg Harrison of Harrow's Heroes, the inaugural premiers at Amstel. Greg, welcome to Latrobe. How's it going?
Thank you very much. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
Just got the team over Harrow's Heroes, no doubt, named after your good self.
It was, yes.
Wonderful to see. I see a little lateral off the 10th there. The trees protecting you a bit.
They were.
You don't get them then down at Ranfurly. They don't bounce back on the fairways down there
No,
as
they
much.
don't. They would have been in the rough and unplayable. Actually, if I found it.
Do you have any words of inspiration from Bruce and his ferrets that are really struggling this year?
I think practice they need.
Practice.
Practice. Well, that's all they seem to do. They need more than that.
I thought a bit of sledging might now come
They would
straight.
have- And I think alcohol during the rounds, well, they haven't. If they're not going that well, I think alcohol. will help.
No. The president and the captain have put their foot down. The pennant team are not allowed to drink.
Oh, we'll have to edit that out, Brucey. We'll just edit that out. No worries. Enjoy your round, guys.
Thank you.
And inspire the men, Greg. They need something.
Okay, I'll try.
Just come interview. Here's researching for some degrees. Here's Jim Carabatsas of F Troop. The big launch yesterday. Has it had any effect on the play, you reckon?
Yes, it has.
A good effect or a bad effect?
I started well, but I'm towering badly.
Yeah, I've heard the same from other F Troopers. How the troop looking? Going all right?
Ruffy is doing well. He birdied the first.
What?
And it's closest to the pin. Unbelievable. Normally he plays his second shot from the car park. Now he actually played it off the green.
This is unbelievable. This will be breaking news.
Yes, I
Graham
saw it,
Ruff
but
to
I
win the
didn't believe it.
Nurse pin. I don't blame you. There he is coming from the trees. See you, mate. Graham Ruff, nearest a pin. And I actually kept this because I couldn't believe it myself. F Troop couldn't believe it. He made birdie. That means he was really close. If you've seen him putting, he hit it real close on the first. It was in pennant corner. Would have suited his little low cut to a beauty. Little left-hander and slipped it in there to 2 foot. Well done, Graham. Every dog has his day.
Terrific shot. Good to
It was
see.
a great shot. We'll just cover off the last 2 reviews of last week, and I'm going to start with Wanderers played at the Gunners. A bit of a family feud with Rosemary Chairman Arena Lee, the doc, and this was a cracker. It ended up with Cam Scott needing 34 points to force a draw, and that's exactly what he came in with. In almost the last streak, came in 175 each. It was the year's first draw, so kept the even keel at home.
I was going to say that's pretty fair. I think pretty fair result.
And who you got there, Theo?
I've got the Vultures versus the Buglers.
The Buglers.
Yes, absolute cracking round. Few of them were overseas, but they had within the whole match with 24 players, only 5 showed up from the Buglers and 9 from the Vultures. But they had 3 players shoot in the 40s. Brian Hesketh being one of the Buglers.
Really?
I think, well, he was searching for the rest of the team, but they were overseas.
I reckon he's searching for the wedding invitations since everyone else seemed to be over there.
Yeah, correct.
He
So
doesn't do things in half holes here, Rob.
yeah, correct. Well, they got over the line pretty convincingly, 187 to 170, which is always expected when they only had 5. So
Yeah, well, not about score 170 with 5 only turning up.
correct.
One of the things we do like to do when we get the captains in is we like to turn them over to a little bit of brain surgery from Theo Marilakis, who's going to search Tony Andriata's form and see what he can find out.
Do you have a reason? Do you have a reason for me?
Talk to us about the main reasons of being 3 and zip at the moment.
Okay, I believe it's the even scoring by a lot of our team members. You know, we're a pretty even team.
Yep.
And we're very highly pumped.
Okay.
I've got to be honest, we've been looking forward to this for 6 months.
So his first year as captain, how do you come out and shoot 40, 40, 42 in the first 3 weeks?
I was told to do so.
All right, fair enough. That's pretty easy.
They said, you're the captain, you better perform.
Premiership predictions?
Oh, well, look, you know, there's a long way to go yet. A long way to age.
Just give us a little bit of words of wisdom straight down the lens to some of the teams that are yet to win.
Well, we're looking at the sewer rats, are we? Are they? No, are they?
Oh, please. Brother W still hasn't won.
Brothers W, I feel sorry for them. We played them first up and I thought they had a bit of talent in that side. I don't know why they let us win, but sewer rats having a lot of trouble, aren't they? Yeah. I mean, what a shit-ass name. I mean, really.
Well, it suits the language. Great. Thank you for that, Tony. It was good to get a bit of service.
All right, and I think what I'm going to actually do is eat a little bit of humble pie. I'm just going to pop a little early season apology over to the Corruptibles. I've been harsh on them. I've found it hard to tip them. I put it down to the fact that they've been losing their spiritual leader, and I didn't think they'd perform without him, but they have. So it's outstanding work, and I've actually gone and found myself what I thought was a missing thing with old Prudhomme. I've got some of his itching powder that he uses for his swing. If you've seen his swing, as you do, it's like an itchy python scratching itself. I've got him some itching powder,
Tony,
and I can assure you.
He's not even playing this week.
Oh, look at that.
He's not playing.
He's not playing this week.
Oh, well, there you go. They've lost me
So
again.
put the thing away.
I'll take it away. Until he turns up, I don't think the Corruptibles can win another game.
No, correct.
So with that, the other thing that's happening is this week, very special time for 2 of our players playing their 100th game for their times. Vince Sofo of the All Night Chemists. He's the captain, one of the original captains, and he's playing his 100th game. And also the one and only silent tunner, Greg Lennox, who once again has been in from the start. And we just thought we'd just play a couple of their swings to ease you into this is how you play 100 games.
Like dolphins can swim. Though nothing will keep us together. We can beat them forever and ever. Oh, we can be heroes.
Okay, so welcome back, and we'll just quickly whip through the tips for round 4 and close this shop up. It is a round of blockbusters. The first, the Tunners versus the Dynasty. Now this is side 3rd versus 4th. I'm actually going to go for the Dynasty. I think they've found something over the last couple of weeks, and I think they're starting to gel nicely. The Tunners, they won't be happy with me tipping against them, but once again I think the Dynasty is scoring well.
Okay.
Tony?
Second major game?
Tunners or Dynasty?
Oh, the Tunners or the Dynasty. Oh, look, I'd agree with you. I think maybe the Dynasty.
I'm going to go with the Dynasty. They've had more points than the Tunners, and they've had more against, so it's pretty convincing. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Hope that the Lennox boys won't be happy. The next is the Tridents, your team, Tony versus the Gunners. 2 teams that have got great history. It's just hard to tip against the Tridents at the moment. The form is unbelievable. So I'm the Tridents for me to stay on top.
I can't go past them either, although the Gunners are a very good side. They've got some very good players there.
There you go.
Still?
The Gunners are a very good side, but I can't go past the Tridents. Not with Tony next to me.
Well, if they were difficult, I don't think it's going to be too hard. Surats versus the Buglers. I expect the Buglers to bounce back with more men on board, and I'm not sure if the Surats are bouncing at this stage.
I'd agree with that one. I think the Buglers definitely.
I agree. The Surats are just crawling around.
Wanderers versus the Chemists. I might actually tip the Chemists. They seem to respond to the captain's call. I wouldn't be surprised if once again they're up and about.
Yeah, well, you know, I've seen the Wanderers wandering around out there many times. I'm just wondering about whether they can hit the ball straight on the fairway. So I'm going with you. I'll tip the all-night Chemists.
No, I'm going to go a little rogue here and just go the Wanderers. I reckon the Wanderers have what it takes. Every week they're always there. They're always turning up in colours. So the Wanderers for me.
Next is Vultures versus the Phoenix. Once again, this is an interesting one. The Vultures have showed some form, but I reckon the Phoenix will bounce back after losing their last 2. The Phoenix for me.
I'd have to agree with you, Tony. Chaz Norton's in great form. He's busting to get out there on Saturday and put a big score up. So I'm going for the Phoenix as well.
Yeah, the Vultures every day of the week for me. That's like Sydney versus Melbourne.
Brother W's versus the Ferrets. Oh, jeez. Looking down the bottom of the table, look, the Ferrets surely have to find something. I'm going for the Ferrets. Their clubhouse is up and about. I think the Ferrets will get up.
I'd agree with you on that one, yes. The Ferrets, there's some very good players in the Ferrets team.
I agree, but they've got a lot of great players. But I'm going to go with Brother W. They've had so many. They've got the most points against. If you have a look at the ladder, they've lost, but they haven't lost convincingly. So.
You like your stats, Theo, I've noticed. F Troop versus Wallabies, our second last game. Defending premiers, I'm going to go for the Troop actually. I think they're riding a wave of good fortune at the moment, the Troops.
We still love playing F Troop. It was almost a certain 4 points. But look, they've come good. I mean, I'd like to see them bring that bugle back. That really used to set off the Saturday for us. But Wally World, I don't know, they've got some good players there. Oh no, I'm going for Wally World.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go for Wally World too. They're too strong.
And finally, the Woodnuts versus the Corruptibles. Jeez, it's hard, but I'm afraid without the spiritual leader again, I'm going to go the Wood Ducks. Theo, I need you to get home and get me some credibility here.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, with Theo sitting next to me, look, I'll have to go for the Wood Ducks. You've got to perform, Theo.
I'm going to go the Wood Ducks too. We'll be unbeatable this week. So.
No worries. Well, that's GPL 357 wrapped up for another week. Thanks, Theo Marilakis once again, and Tony for coming in and sitting in the chair and getting in the hot seat.
I'm getting hot and flustered next to this guy.
He is the hottest man in golf. And don't forget, if you want to win the premiership, you've got to turn up and play well. This has been Latrobe's GPL 357, and we'll see you next time.